Hi, my name is Erin Wagner. I live in Waseca, Minnesota, in the southern part of the state, where for the past 6 years, I have been living the startup grind, working 10, 12-hour days, 6 or 7 days a week. One of the unfortunate consequences of that lifestyle is that I have lost touch with virtually all of my friends and family. It would be easy for me to catch a quick movie or get together for lunch, but it takes so much time to plan a get together that it simply doesn't happen. It turns out I am not the only American with this problem. In fact, 1 out of 5 Americans is so socially isolated that they're having the same health outcomes as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Loneliness in the United States is actually a silent epidemic, and that was even before COVID. So I have decided it is time to solve this problem once and for all for myself and everyone else. And it is with great pleasure that this evening I introduce to the world for the very first time my passion project, Gomigo, an app that automatically schedules hangouts by comparing friends' calendars and interests. If you don't mind, let's get started. First, Gomigo wants to know when I usually am open for hangouts. Friday night, Saturday, that sounds good. Now I need to tell it where I live and how far I'm willing to drive for a hangout. Gomigo pulls in highly rated Yelp activities within my radius, and so I can go swimming or bowling, to a farmer's market or a comedy club, and then connect to friends. When my friends have set up their accounts, here's what I see. This is a list of all the activities I want to do, and it shows me which of my friend groups have other people interested in going. So if I click see dates, Gomigo looks at where we are, what businesses work for everybody's driving distance, when the business is open, when we're usually available for hangouts, if there are any conflicting events already on our calendars, how often we want Gomigo to schedule hangouts for us, and even if there is anyone who is secretly avoiding anyone else. In the end, Gomigo gives me this calendar of all the times that work for the most people. So then let's say 3 o'clock, that's got me and August both. Let's pick a location. I can see who can drive to each of the locations, and it looks like Bad Axe Throwing is the one that works for both of us. If I select it, Gomigo prompts me to call and make sure the hours are correct and we can reserve a lane. And if I decide to, I can customize the invitation and send that out. Now, Gomigo is sending text messages, emails, and calendar invites to all the people from that friend group who were available at that time for that activity. Of course, people can RSVP, you can make changes to the plans, and to keep things fresh, you can continually find other highly rated Yelp content right here within Gomigo, as well as create your own activities and share those with specific friend groups. Here, I've shown you the whole process of organizing a hangout manually, but in fact, using Gomigo is actually even easier because you can set how often you want to hang out, and Gomigo will send you a recommendation of a kind of activity you haven't done recently, something outdoors, something artsy, with a group of friends you haven't hung out with recently. And it tells you exactly the time that works for the most people and the location that works for the most people. You don't even have to go in and look. And that way, it acts like a virtual assistant, regularly rotating you through your friend group so that you never go too long without being able to see someone you really care about. My hypothesis with Gomigo is that everybody has enough time, enough interests, and enough friends to have a robust social life. We just need to make it less work to tap into that. To give a little more context to why I'm so passionate about this project, 5 of the 7 members of my family are on the autism spectrum. And while we largely consider that our superpower, it also brings a lot of difficulty. It can be hard to find a way to belong. Although I have loads of friends who I adore, I'm not really a part of anyone's friend group. But with Gomigo, I'm getting regular access to quality time, even with people who aren't a part of my regular routine. So I would like to invite everyone here to go to gomigo.app Help me understand what else I need to build into Gomigo for it to fit into your life as well as it has in mine. If we keep building it out, eventually I don't see any reason why we couldn't cure loneliness. Gomigo is my first app, so please be gentle with your feedback. But I do have good news for anyone here who has an idea for an app that is not a coder. I built Gomigo on an entirely no-code stack. I used AppGyver for the front end, that's AppGyver like MacGyver, and Xano for the back end, Xano. There is not a line of customer code in this entire thing. I've got a web app, and soon I'll launch native apps for iOS and Android. Reach out to me if you want any mentoring and how to launch an app on your own no-code stack. I am happy to pay forward everything I've learned.